Hi, my name is Dale Tanner, and me and my group are creators of the film Frightful. This film is about a boy who is seen playing video games in his home when suddenly there is an intruder planning to kidnap the boy. The film ends with the boy's body slowly being dragged off the screen by the intruder. Question number 1. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? Right off the bat, if you know that this film is a horror themed, then it is very obvious how it is challenging conventions. The first, most apparent example of our film challenging conventions is the music. The music we incorporated into the film is very lighthearted, fun, and feel-good Christmas music. This is the complete opposite of what a typical horror film is supposed to sound like. Usually, there's very dark, scary, and suspenseful music in a standard horror film. Another way our film challenges conventions involves the lighting. Throughout the first half of the film, normal, bright lights were used to imitate a very happy feeling. This contrasts with your stereotypical horror film, which usually uses dimmed-down lights and dark sceneries. At the same time of challenging conventions, our film utilizes them as well. In some of the scenes, sound effects such as a thud sound and glass breaking are used to focus the audience's attention and create a more suspenseful feeling. This is also shown with the mise-en-scene. The intruder is wearing all black clothing and boots to really sell the fact that he is mysterious and a threat. When it comes to the social groups being represented, the main group being targeted is children who like to play video games. The main character of our film represents this group. It shows them as being unbothered and unaware of their environment. This leads to the social issue of people not being aware of their environment and not taking actions that benefit them. For instance, when our main character heard the glass break, instead of calling the cops right away, he went to investigate it with no care in the world. Question number 2. How does your product engage with the audience, and how would it be distributed as a real media product? The film engages with the audience with its drastic change in lighting and music, and through the use of our sound effects. Going from a happy, heartfelt Christmas film to a dark, mysterious horror film in a matter of seconds automatically captures the audience's attention. This, paired with our suspenseful sound effects used in the film, leaves the viewer on the edge of their seat, waiting excitingly to see what happens next. If this film was a real media product, it would first be distributed as small sections of the movie through movie trailers. Then it would hold a small movie premiere, and finally, it would be distributed to theaters all around the world. Doing this would keep people excited for the film and leave them always wanting more. Question number 3. How did your production skills develop throughout this project? One of the main skills that I produced from the development of this film was how I edited certain scenes. Throughout the editing process, I came across many struggles. I needed to figure out how and what edits to make so that the film would move more smoothly instead of hard cutting from scene to scene. During this process, I learned about many useful transitions and edits to make this film more fluid. Another skill that I developed was my camera angling. Whilst filming, I realized the importance camera angles hold, such as central framing and rule of thirds. By the end of filming, I had developed a strong set of camera angling skills. Finally, question number 4. How did you integrate technology such as software, hardware, and online in this project? The first technology I used was my iPhone 14. I used this to film every single scene shown in the film. I also used a tripod to film some of the scenes. The tripod was extremely useful in holding the phone still so we could capture scenes without the camera shaking. Another technology I used was my editing software called LumaFusion. LumaFusion helped me piece together all of my scenes, edit them in whatever way I needed, and even add music and sound effects. The technology used in this film is the only reason it is here today.